So we want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button and share, because these episodes have really been helping so many people. We get a lot of feedback and we just want to help you too. So
Can y'all
if you
hear
know
us?
somebody, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay.
If you know somebody who needs to hear about building their relationship, or if you know somebody who's selfish in their relationship, just
Yes.
share, like, hit the look,
Like
give
and
us some
share.
stars. I mean, it's 99 cents, but I mean, what's 99
Yeah, yeah.
cents?
But come on, we gonna get into it, man, because the people are
Let's get
chiming in.
into it.
We're gonna get into the conversation today, man. Um, yeah, we really wanted to just kind of like delve into the things that we understand about us, about us as
This is
individuals,
personal.
about me. And I because I'm gonna tell you something, because topics that we talk about are things that we've experienced and things
It's
that we
personal.
go through.
Yeah.
So I mean, because again, me and my wife went through something where I wasn't listening to her. I was very selfish in my listening,
Ooh,
because I wanted to invoke or really kind of get her always to see my
you want to
perspective, and it
push
had
your
to be,
will on
yeah, I
me.
wanted to push my will on her.
That's
So
right.
what we're talking about today, I promise you, is personal. So first of all, I really just had to see myself, and in seeing myself, I realized that there are certain things that I've seen in my past, certain things that I've seen in past relationships, certain things that I've seen kind of go on that I really, really kind of wanted to either protect it from happening in my present situation with
Right.
my wife,
Right.
or either do it differently. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, what you mean do it differently?
well, like if I seen how a relationship didn't work, I wanted to make sure that whatever I did in my relationship, I wasn't going to do what I saw in that relationship that didn't
Gotcha.
work. So I
Gotcha.
wanted to do it differently.
All right.
So my first thing that I wanted to say is that feelings should never navigate relationships.
Boy.
Feelings
Feelings.
should never navigate relationships.
So if we was doing points, that'll be point number 1.
Point number one.
Do not let your feelings be the compass for your relationship.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
feelings are chemicals. They're emotions. They're chemicals that change. And from my understanding in my research, they change every 5 seconds. Can you imagine being in a ship and, well, relationship, situationship, friendship, it don't even partnership, and that ship is changing every direction every 5 seconds?
And if that ship ain't sailing, it's time to abandon ship.
Abandon. Well,
Okay, I just had to throw that in there.
that was good though.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
It
real
just for
good.
all these ships. I was like, "What? We gonna cruise? Okay, all right."
Ashley, what's up? Ashley's on
Yeah.
the line. We got Mind Provoking on the
Niece,
line.
man, we didn't see you when we was in Atlanta. We were just out there. We
Yeah,
were
but
just out
she
there.
kept checking in because she saw the journey.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
Charlene. Hey, Charlene. Quincy said he fixed the audio, y'all. Don't worry about it. We
Okay,
got
we
the
good. We
best
good.
engineers here at
Yeah, yeah.
Sacred Stone
They're the producers. They're the
Studio.
producer of the show, so we got to give them credit. But anyway,
Right,
so
right, right,
listen.
right.
So this is a lot of times. This is what happens when your feelings get involved in what we do. Sometimes we say certain things like this. I hear this all the time. I don't feel secure. I don't feel loved.
I don't feel secure in my relationship.
I don't feel secure. I don't feel loved, or you don't make me feel. You don't make me feel.
Right. Selfish love.
Hey, Charlene Hodgin, you don't make me feel. That is dangerous.
Very, very dangerous.
That is dangerous because, first of all, you got to be secure in your own feelings, in your own self. You got to be secure in your own self.
Secure enough.
You got to be secure in
Yeah,
your own
yeah,
self. And
yeah.
can nobody make you do anything?
No one can make you happy.
No one can make you feel secure. No one can make you feel loved. No one can make you feel. Now they can love you, but they
Right.
can't make you feel loved because
And then
I'm sorry.
sometimes when people do what they need to do or do what they feel they should to make you, because some people try to make you feel loved, if you don't receive that, no matter what they do, you may feel a momentary happiness, or you may feel a momentary love from that person, But then eventually, if you don't already possess a certain joy, because see, happiness depends on what happens in your life. You happy when things are going good. You're not happy when things not going that great. If something triggers you, you're mad.
That's right.
You know, if somebody say something wrong to you, you want to fight. That's it happened. This happened, so I'm not happy. But joy, God says the world did not give you. Culture cannot give you the joy
That's right.
that I have. This joy that I have.
That's true.
Can't nobody change it, transfer it. Nobody can change the joy. Like you'll be happy in situations where you should be. Should be like down and out.
That's right. And then you know what happens when you really truly want to be made to feel. What you do is you push your agenda to feel this way. You push an agenda,
right?
So you kind of get selfish. You know what I'm saying?
Selfish love.
You get selfish to pushing an agenda to get what you need.
Right.
And it's always, and you should never be in relationships to get what you need. You got to be in relationships to be who you are.
Right.
Because if you're pushing an agenda,
that was good.
If you're pushing an agenda, then you're really not allowing that person to be what he needs to be or what she needs to be the best that they can be.
They can't be their best self.
Yeah, they can't be that
pushing your agenda.
And my wife said it earlier. She said you get hidden, you disappear.
You disappear. That's why a lot of people don't want to be in relationships or marriages, because they don't want to disappear. They don't want anybody telling them what to do all the time, silencing their voice, not allowing them to make decisions, have opinions, and they pushing them inside of this small itty bitty box of their expectations.
What is that?
The box is small.
Is that Jack in the Box?
It's not even Jack in the Box, because they sitting on top of the box, making sure you don't.
Is that
pop
Jack
out.
in the Box? Come on. I'm yeah. But so how do you really understand or really come to the mindset to say to come to the mindset to understand that relationships or things that happen like that is something that I need?
Let me tell you something.
Or feeling this way is something that I need.
You will not believe how many people don't even realize how they are in relationships. So many people think that it's the other person. So they go into what it is called, what we hear a lot of today called self-love. Mm-hmm. And not realizing that, yes, self-love is not a new thing. God says, husbands, love your wives as you love yourself. So you got to love yourself before you can pour in that love into me. Yeah. And he also says, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. So self-love is in the Bible. Self-love is something God created. We didn't create that, okay? Let's just put that out there. But what happens is, because we have found ourselves in a society where people have focused on self-love so much, they have turned it into selfish love. So I heard one person say they've exalted themselves above everything and everybody else, which causes them to be easily offended, highly sensitive when somebody says something that could possibly help them that may not feel good to them. They get offended because they feel like, you can't tell me, because my self-love teaches me this about me, and you trying to bring me, and it's a lot of that going on. So you would not even believe how many people are selfish and make their relationships all about them without even knowing that that's what they're doing.
I was talking to a client of mine today, man, like, I really talk to a lot of people like on a daily basis, especially when it comes to relationships and how they go. So I was talking to a client of mine today, and he came in the shop mad. He was upset. Like, man, I got 2 kids, and the kids are young. They're young, 6 and 4. Mm-hmm. And he was saying that he got mad and upset at his wife because she left him for 2 weeks to go to work. And she left him with the kids, and he was upset that because he couldn't control the kids, he got mad at her, and he
didn't
felt
know what to do.
He felt that she should have been there to help him with the kids. So he fussing at her. He was like, man, I fussed at my wife today because I 2 weeks, man. I had him for 2 weeks, and I was like, wait a minute. but aren't those your kids?
Right. They're not your stepchildren.
They're not your step. Like
Right.
these ain't, these are not your nieces and nephews. These are your kids.
Right.
So when I really sat down and talked to him, he really truly was in his feelings because he wanted his wife to make him feel like she could do what he couldn't do.
The feelings again.
He wanted to be felt like, okay, as long as you can do it, then I don't have to do it. And he honestly didn't realize that that's how he was feeling.
Right. And see, the crazy thing about like how men are being projected in the families today, it's like a lot of men have forgotten that their role in the household was a very big role. Like their presence alone, like you were saying earlier, their presence alone is supposed to set a precedence in the household. Mm-hmm. But because we as people, we know better than God, we've broken up the dynamics of family. So now the father may or may not be there, or if he is there, he's not present. Like this young man, he lives with his family.
He's there.
But and you say he's like what, 6?
He's 6'7",
something like that. He's a coach,
a big dude.
So
coach.
His presence should be felt, but he didn't know how to deal with his kids because he, on a daily basis, probably didn't realize how unpresent.
Yes,
he was.
True. Mind provoking. It's so good to hear from you. You've been quiet these last couple of weeks. True definition of projecting themselves onto others while subliminally trying to form that person into who they are.
Ooh,
that's perfect, girl.
Another danger of making the relationship all about you. I like that, mind provoking. She said, you basically, in a nutshell, I'm gonna do it in layman's term, you trying to get the person you in a relationship with to become another carbon copy of you.
That's right.
Do you know how dangerous that is?
Yes.
When people cannot be the individual selves, because if me and my husband if he tries to form me into who he is and what makes him happy, there's no way I'll be able to help him, because I'll try to see like him. I'll try to think like him. I'll try to act the way he wants me to act. And there are some times when I may need to hold him accountable, or vice versa. He may need to hold me accountable, but we won't do that because we're a carbon copy of one another.
And it's sad because it's so funny that you said that. It's so funny that you said that at the time that it came out, because that was this is what I was telling my friend today. I was telling him, I said, you're so comfortable at where you are. A lot of times we get in this level of comfort in that box because of we done everything outside of this box we're fearful of dealing with. Right. So when we get inside of this box is comfortable for us, and we want the people that we deal with to be able to fit inside of this box. So we put expectations. You got to be able to do this. So we we push our agenda. Right. You got to be able to be, all of this guy has to fit everything inside of this little box.
Expected or thought in my head, imagined in my mind, I'm expecting you to be that, because
that's right.
If you don't be that for me, then it ain't meant for us. You must not be my soulmate. So I like what you said earlier. You can't get in relationships trying to get what you need. You supposed to be in relationships to be who you are. And Janine, so listen, Janine Harris wrote a book, and she said, "Love Almost Lost Me." You guys need to check that book out.
Please.
She's gonna say something else about it, I'm sure, so we can understand. Love almost lost me. She said, and that's why love almost loses people, because you're unable to be who you are for trying to be what the other person wants you to be. And a lot of times we do that to keep from causing the household to be in an uproar, or to keep the other person feeling good and happy all the time, even at the expense of
that's so
not
true.
having a good life.
That's so true. Existence. That is so true, because sometimes we love for a need. We love because we're going to get something out of it. So we love for a need, or we love to be needed. But the point where we have to realize that we are love. We are love. Right. We are supposed to carry this characteristic. This is the characteristic that God placed inside of us.
We are love.
We are love. So love is who you are.
Love is
not what you need. Yeah, not what you need. You ain't gotta help Ike.
Love is what love does.
Now we got San Antonio, we got Houston, we got don't die me, enemy, I kill you. Yeah.
Okay, back to the regularly scheduled
Don't die me, enemy. I kill you, enemy.
So listen, Okay,
Well, I better not say that if I don't want us to get canceled.
Joseph
Lord, I'm sorry to
Page.
me.
Hey Joseph, how are you? Mia, how are you? It's so good to hear from you guys
What's
tonight.
up, Joe?
Make sure y'all comment. We talking about the dangers of making the relationship all about me. So one thing, I before you start doing an Ike impersonation, I had a thought, but I lost the thought.
Don't
So
lose it.
I'll
Come
get
on, bring it back
later.
up.
I'll get it back later.
Love is who we are. That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
who we are.
Love is.
When God created us, He created us with His likeness
In His image.
and in His image.
Right.
And His image represents who we are.
It represents
and that's
who we are.
love.
That's right.
We are
But
this.
what happened?
So the point is, if this is who we are, then why do we search for it?
Why do
we have to have somebody make us feel with who we already are?
one. Why do we imitate what culture and the world says it is?
Yes.
It's not that.
It's not that.
We are love, made in the image of God. God is love. If you want to know how to love, go to where you can find information. I can't say this enough.
And we have a community, I really believe, that is destroying our people today. And it's called HGTV community.
You cannot do that. You cannot. I can't with you. I cannot.
The HGTV community is destroying our people because it's widescreen. It's all over the the screen, and that's my favorite TV. You know, LG.
I can't.
Okay,
I thought you was.
all right.
I thought you was coming back to me.
I got
Listen.
you.
Ashley says, if you're in a relationship to be who you are, where does the growth occur? Because who I was is not who I am. I'm much stronger, wiser, and better. Oh Lord, sing, girl. If love is who I am, then why do I need to be married? Just for the covenant?
No.
Question mark. Just a question for more conversation. Okay, let's address this.
Yeah.
You said if you're in a relationship to be who you are, where does the growth occur? See, that's the whole point. If I'm who I am, then he gets to be introduced to the real me. So that me is not a perfect me. I am flawed in so many different ways. So therefore, if he is able to be who he is, and I am able to be authentically me, then what happens is now at this point, oh honey, this mohawk is not allowing me to play today. So what happens is now, because he's him, he has something that I need to help me grow. He may see something in me that he can help me and hold me accountable for.
That's right.
So therefore, if I'm able to be me, then I can grow, because the first thing God told Adam to do was what? Cultivate. That means make stuff grow. If you have someone in your life, women, and this is from the woman's perspective, because Adam was given the authority to cultivate. He was given that command. So if you're in a relationship with a man or marriage, relationship, it doesn't matter, and he's not cultivating you, then we can't blame it all on him. Maybe he has never been introduced to the real you. That's just a maybe. It could be other things. But let's address that. Has he been introduced to the real you? Ask yourself, who am I? If you don't really truly know who you are, then how dare you try to make someone love someone you have not even figured out who that person is yourself.
We got a couple of good comments on here that, hey dad, my dad is on here. So Janine said,
Jesse,
love
it's
has
good to see
measurements and new developments. Love doesn't create identity. No, it does not.
Love does not create identity. I like that.
Honestly, if your love isn't compatible, then it is not for a relationship. Be single. The love that is growing is able to become compatible to another.
The love that is growing.
Pastor Mia is on.
It's being cultivated.
She said, I don't think it's wrong to desire love. God himself desires someone to willingly love him.
Absolutely.
I don't think that desires someone to I don't think that the desire should drive someone, but I think it's natural. Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Scoot. So expectation.
Scooter,
Okay.
Keisha, hey, it's good to see you guys. Listen, and let me just do a sidebar for everybody who saw my live and saw our journey this past weekend, how we were stranded and we had to go through all of this other stuff. All of those people who either blessed us to have a little cash app, for those people who were there to support us and encourage us, give encouraging words, we just want to thank y'all so much. We made it back, as you can see, and it was because of you, the Real Talk community. Y'all, we love y'all so much.
Janine said, I want to go back real quick just to piggyback on what Janine said. She said, love has measurements and new developments. Love does not create identity. I agree with that. Love creates character. Love is a characteristic of who you are. You know what I'm saying? It still has a level of your being, because you are, like I said, you're given his image, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So the point is, it doesn't identify or create the identity, but it gives you the character. And a lot of us, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And when people see the character
Yes.
of love in you, they know you who your daddy is.
They know
Now,
what
listen,
you represent.
Ashley asked another question out. The second, I think it was like the B clause, and I think she had a C clause, but I'm gonna talk about the B clause. She says, if love is who I am, then why do I need to be married? To give it away. You don't want to bust in love. Give it away. God says, love others as you love yourself. That means you got to give it away.
That's right.
We holding on to love, and now we self-loving, and now we becoming selfish in love. And anything that you hold on to, anything that you keep too long, becomes stagnant. And stagnant water
And that's
stink.
why God created Adam a helper, because he had
Yes.
all of this inside of him.
Give it away.
He said it's not good for man to be alone.
That's right.
It's not good for man to have all of this
All
inside of him,
one.
and
Yes.
it's busting inside of him, and
Right.
it need to come out.
He needed somebody to help
He
him
needed-
get
yeah.
purpose up out of him. That be me. If you're a wife, that be thee. That is she.
That is she.
Come on.
Free to be she.
Hey, come on. You speaking my language.
Come on.
You speaking my language. So, Mind Provoking says there's a huge difference between expectation and requirements. Giving too many expectations comes from self, which goes into selfish. That is food for thought. It goes into being selfish. Y'all, it's okay to love yourself. Like I said, God created that. If he created it, let's all get in it. Let's do it. But it's not okay to make yourself God. A God. It's all about me, what's best for me, because like we said, that's dangerous. That's very, God says, I will not have any other gods before me. I'm a selfish God. I'm a jealous God, rather. He wants to be the high supreme in your life, not you.
Come on.
It's not going to work like that.
It just won't work. Okay, all right.
It won't work.
Go back.
It won't work.
But I love it. Wait, and then actually ask another question. So expectations are a good thing?
Well, unrealistic expectations are not, because the thing is, if you don't know what it is to be in a relationship, truly, because a lot of people don't even know what it really is to be in a healthy relationship. So if you don't know what it is to be in a healthy relationship, then what you might do in your mind is come up with an unrealistic imagination of what the relationship. I hear a lot of people say, I want to get married so I can share everything that I have with somebody. So I can, when I love to travel, I want to share that with a mate. I love doing this. It's all about me. And I want what I got going on. I want to have somebody to share that with. But in actuality, when you get with that person, they may or may not like that, and that can't be the end all be all because of your expectation of what you thought that marriage was going to be like.
She said,
you have to experience and embrace a new idea of what your marriage can be.
She said, somebody sows expecting growth to reap, so expectations aren't a bad thing exactly. So the thing is, like, just say for instance that there are certain laws of physics. There are certain laws that certain things happen because this is the law required behind this thing that happens.
Okay.
So prime example, if you plant a seed, but if you plant a seed in the soil, that the expectation of the seed is to grow in this soil.
Right.
But if you put this seed inside of concrete, now it ain't going to grow in this concrete, but you can't put it in concrete and it's still expected to grow. You know what I'm saying? It's only going to grow putting it into soil because that's how plants grow.
I got another one. I just thought about it when you were talking. You plant a seed and you know that there's going to be something that's going to grow from that seed. But you can't plant a seed and say, my tree going to look like this. It's going to have this. It's going to be this and all of this stuff. And all of a sudden when the tree grow, it does not look like what you expected, and now you mad or you feel like you got shortchanged.
That's right.
Because your tree don't look like what you expected. You know there's going to be a tree. You might have to do a little pruning to the tree. You might have to put a little manure, fertilizer on the tree.
That's right.
You might have to do some things yourself to help with that growth process to get what you need. But you don't try to make that tree automatically be what you want it to be.
That's right. That's right.
And pruning and all the manure and all that stuff, those are good, healthy things to do to help it grow. I'm not talking about do things to make it grow because of your selfish need. Do things to make it grow because you love this plant. Some people love plants. They talk to their plants. They sing.
I got a cousin that really loves, and she takes pride in her plants. She puts the right water in it.
The same way.
Yeah,
I wish I had a green
but
thumb.
You know what? They got it from my parents and my aunts, and so
they would. If you love plants and you love growing and you have a green thumb, then you know what it is to cultivate. You know what it is to prune it right. You know what it is to give it the nourishment that it needs. But you won't just put that seed in there and put it in the window like me and just expect it to grow. And then when you see the little leaves fall over and start being brown, just complain because my tree about to die.
Check this out. Janine said this. We are accountable to the level of love we give, but change requires a decision. If you are not loving at your optimal capacity, but looking for love to fulfill, it's not fair. I cannot love anyone when I have not loved myself. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Yes. Exactly.
So love yourself for real. Love yourself. Take that time for a little self-care, but not to the point where when you get into a relationship, everything has to be about you. Well, I worked hard to get to where I am and I'm not finna let nobody. Well, then usually that person ends up either alone, or that person ends up saying that marriage don't work, or they're in a bad marriage or in a bad relationship. But no, there are laws to relationships.
That's right.
God gives us certain laws in the relationship to make the relationship beautiful. Marriage is amazing. God wouldn't have created it if it was not. But because we've seen so many people break the laws that come along with marriage, then or relationships, now we think that marriage is the problem, but it's not. It's our desire to be selfish, or our desire, first of all, not to even read the mind of Christ. Read God's mind. He said, I gave you the mind of Christ in the Bible. That's my mind. Read my mind.
The word of God.
So you can know what it is to be in that marriage and be successful and be happy and reflect me and my bride.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
So another thing that we have to really, really take into consideration especially when it comes to not making it about you, is you have to learn the art of active communication. You got to learn the art of active communication. When a communication is active, that means there's two people communicating, two people coming to a level of understanding, two people. Now, that's why I said active, because active means back and forth. It's consistently being active. Now, thinking about yourself, active communication doesn't look like that. It's just communicating.
Right.
So I'm telling you what it is, and this is just that's it.
I know how to communicate. I communicate good because you talk a lot. You talk, communicate good.
And thinking because you can express yourself and bring out a good point, and that's active communicating. That is not.
That is not. And a friend of mine, she said, Lil Wendy said something to me the other day. She said, just because you have good ideas and you may have good opinions, and
Mama Cheeks is on. God bless you. We love you.
Mama Cheeks, it's so good to see you. We definitely love you. So she was basically saying, just because you have good points and good ideas, don't mean that every situation you have to address it with what you feel like the solution is, and you and make that solution that you think it is the right answer. Sometimes listening is the best way to learn, not talking.
My boy Scooter's on.
Yeah. Scoot on the
Yeah, read
line.
what Scoot said. Hold on. Scoot is on. My boy Scoot. He said it is all. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry. I have to apologize because they making me now. Everybody's saying you be
He's-
cutting her off. So I gotta.
He's becoming aware.
I'm becoming aware of it. I don't. Yeah,
It's
we
okay.
working on it.
I'm
So
all right,
let me
baby.
read what
Go.
Scoot wrote. He said it is all about environment and care. If the environment is bad around it, then it will not. Then it will not. They would the way it should.
It will not grow
It'll not
the way
grow,
it
yeah,
should.
it will not grow the way it should. So goes life and community and relationships.
So goes life, community,
Yeah.
and relationship. Yes, environment and care. I like that. Now, the reason why I like that, he said it's about environment and care. Think about this. Everybody talk about how Adam was first in the Garden of Eden, right? Do you understand that the Garden of Eden is a representation of the presence of God? The environment he was in
Yep.
was the presence of God.
Yep.
And what did God tell him to do? Care for it.
Yep.
So in any relationship,
You have to care.
for that man, he has been mandated to be in the presence of God and care for the presence of God. Because if you have a man who cares for the presence of God, then in the presence of God, if he respects that presence and if he cultivates that presence, there is nothing that he will do to hurt you intentionally.
And listen at this too. Because it's mandated for him to be in the presence of God, it is necessity. It's a necessity. It is necessary that our communication doesn't talk him out of the presence of God.
Uh-oh, talk about that.
Our communication should not talk him out of the presence of God because that's where he gets his instruction.
That's where he gets
in
his instruction.
the presence of God.
Yes.
So if you are coming at him to not actively communicate, then what you get now is a man who is not getting the communication from God. He's out of the presence trying to communicate something
And do what you want him
yes.
to do. And do it the way you want him to do it, because he tired of hearing you fuss. Or
Yes.
if you see your man do this all the time, look,
That's right, Joseph.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, man.
Yeah.
Look, I just want peace.
I just want peace.
If you see your man doing that
he
all
is
the time,
out of the presence of God.
he is out of the presence, period. He has shut down. He has decided that at that moment, I surrender.
Man, we got some
I
good
just want to
comments
be
in
at peace. So we have to make sure that, first of all, that man, when you get married, just make sure you understand that too. If he does not care about the presence of God, trust that you are in for a journey.
Man. But do you understand, like, too, understanding this, like, when you are actively communicating, guess what? There are certain things that you actually learn. I believe that there is a pattern. There's a pattern of learning that goes on when you actively communicate. Yes. You learn how to understand.
Yes.
You learn how to listen.
Yes.
You learn how to respond.
Yes.
So that's why it's important to really get a level of active communication so that you can get to this level of growth.
And sometimes active communication for us women is what Stormy O'Martin said in her book, Shut Up and Pray.
Ooh.
Sometimes, cause sometimes now I told my husband we have a marriage enrichment that we do on Zoom every Monday.
Oh man, it's been awesome,
was good,
y'all.
because we could be real transparent and really talk, and it actually is helping us too. So I told my husband and the other couple that was on the line yesterday, I said, y'all, guess what? Men don't even understand one of the keys to getting a woman to be quiet is to listen to her. Because the reason why sometimes we talk so much is we don't feel heard. So if you just actually listen, and then the other lady that was on the line, Mia, she was like, and show us that you listened. It should be some action that come behind it. Then guess what? We won't even talk as much because we believe that we've been heard. If you keep hearing the same thing over and over again from her, that's because obviously somewhere in that relationship, she has taken the position that you have made it all about you.
That's right.
And that's a dangerous place to be.
Joseph Page he wrote, learning my partner is a big part of keeping the relationship interesting.
Yes,
that is so true.
Joseph is very wise.
Yes. Janine said that. Yeah, Janine said there's a lot of redefining of love, but it's clearly redefined. 1 Corinthians 13. Why are we going on our own understanding, which causes the breakdown? We have to return to the pattern. That's right. Mama Cheek
Okay,
says,
wait, hold on, baby, because as you read that, I didn't really. Okay, can I get an
yeah, you
understanding of
can.
that? Okay,
Yeah.
so Janine Harris says there is a lot of redefining of love, but it's clearly defined in. Okay, I get it. It's in 1 Corinthians 13 is where you will truly find a clear definition. That's what she's saying. She says, why are we going on our own understanding, which causes the breakdown? That is true.
That's true.
Because everybody has a different understanding. So
And our
so we don't have
understanding
a
is,
leg to
yeah,
stand on.
our understanding is opinionated.
Right.
So are you saying talking about a certain issue or just talking in general?
What do you mean?
Quincy, when we talk about communication, is it
Okay.
talking in, let me tell you something. General talking teaches you how to talk about issues. Because guess what?
Wow.
You're practicing the communication.
Right.
So if you just learn to generally talk, then the more general you talk, then the more deep you talk in your generalization.
Because you will learn a lot about
you'll
your
learn
person
a lot. Me and my
when
wife
you
talk
general.
all the time.
Yes.
But the more we talk, the more we want to talk. And the
Yes.
more we get to understand each other, then our level of communication is like, whoa.
Remember that dry spell we went through?
Yeah.
It was a couple of episodes back when I was mad on the show, and I was really mad for real.
Yeah.
Because I went to my husband and I was like, where my friend at? Like, you my best friend. Where my friend at? We don't even talk. And he gave me all of these reasons. I'm tired. You got to understand. And he gave all of these reasons. If you didn't see that show, y'all, I don't even want to encourage you to watch it. But what was it called?
I don't remember. But anyway,
What's
hold
your-
on. Let me get to.
Wait, hold up. I wasn't finished. What's
Okay,
your
I'm sorry.
perspective or what did you hear me say?
What did you hear me say? Yeah.
And in that episode, what he just described this for us, like how we talk all the time and how we enjoy talking. The more we talk general, the more we talk more. That episode was just a dry spell in that, but we do. Like, it seemed like when we bounced back from that, we started talking more and more and more, and I have learned so much about my husband.
Yes.
Even knowing him all of this time, and it's been pretty cool.
Okay, let me just go back because there's a couple of questions on it. The Mind Provoking wrote something that's really good. She said, "You learn how to pause. You learn how not to rebuttal while understanding the other's perspective." That's right, without leaning into your own understanding. That's right. That's why
Come
you just
on.
practice communication.
Practice
just practice
it.
talking. What do
Yeah.
you like? What color do you like it?
Right.
Why do you like it?
Right.
What made you like it?
Ask your
Where did
why.
you get that from?
Right,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I learned this I learned this in theology school, especially when you're reading the Bible. You got to be able, especially in exegeting the scripture, you got to be able to answer those 5 questions: what, when, why, how, and
Where? Yeah.
You gotta. That's communication, even when it's exegeting the scripture.
Is who in there somewhere?
Yeah.
Who, what,
Who,
when,
what,
where?
when, why, how.
Baby,
Who,
I think you added
the
one, but
5
it's
hows
okay.
and wheres and whys and stuff.
Right.
I probably did, but yeah. That's very key, especially in communication.
Okay, Quincy clarified. Quincy says he wasn't talking about in general. He was talking about when you say women will stop talking if we listen. Is that general? No, not stop talking in a negative way. Like a lot of times, like yesterday, when we were doing the marriage enrichment class, the guy was saying, we asked, what can you do to better help your spouse fulfill her role as a wife? He said, I can listen more. And when he said that, it was like, because she talk, and basically he said he tunes her out, and he was honest. So I said, well, you don't even understand that one of the best ways to get your wife from just talking is listen. Mm-hmm. Because when we don't feel heard, and this is not just general conversation, this is about mainly just being honest about issues that may need to be addressed, things that she may be feeling in the marriage that she knows that if she keeps feeling that, she eventually gonna go numb. And when a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Mama Cheeks put on here, marriage has its seasons too. Explain that, Mama Cheeks. What do you mean by that?
Maybe she's talking about how when we had that season on the show where
Oh,
we
got
was
you.
dry.
Okay, got you.
It was
sense.
the winter season and all the leaves, fall season,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the leaves had fell off the tree
leaf
for a
fell
second.
off. But no, but I was telling a client of mine today. We're talking, and I was telling them, man, it's not always gonna be fairy tale. You know, we talk about it's not going to always be fairy tale, but it's really, like I said, if you really understand the order and how God placed it, you know, then you'll always be able to bounce back. It's not that problems are not gonna happen. It's how you bounce back from the problems.
It's not always gonna be fairy tale, but it's still a part of the book. And the thing that's so crazy about social media now is that people will take a portion of the book and claim that to be your life, and they'll repost and put it out there as if that's the actual life and that small little portion of your life. But it's not, because at the end of the day, guess what? It's only probably not even a whole page in the book. Don't close the book on me, because my book is not done until I close my eyes and rest in eternity. That's when my book is done.
It's not. Yes, Kenya, it is not a fairy tale.
It's not.
But it is purpose.
It's still part of the book. It's
still purpose.
That's right.
It is purpose.
That's right.
And purpose is not going to always be.
Kenya. Hey.
It is not going to always be. It's not, I mean, our process, because a lot of things are process. Again, like we said, it's being in the presence of God, and it's the man that, because God gave that man the word. He gave him the word and told him to don't eat of the fruit.
That to what, baby?
Don't eat of the fruit of the tree.
I thought you spoke in tongues.
The fruit. But the point is, because he gave them that word, he gave them the responsibility.
The responsibility.
And so that's why a lot of times it's really understanding your place and your role in God, and then in your situation that God placed you in. So we got to really understand that order. When we get that connection, and we understand what God has us to do and our roles that God has us to bring forth, because really all relationship is bringing forth.
Right. And if you don't know what to do, read his mind. You don't need tarot reading. Read his mind. He said, read my mind.
Come on, Janine.
It's in the book.
It's in the book.
It's in the book.
Janine says strategies change per season and phase. I realized I needed to leave the room for further information.
Leave room for further information. Shut up and pray.
But you know what's so crazy? And I was talking about this. Me and my wife talk about this all the time. I love my baby.
I love you too, boo.
So the thing is, I always said this, Janine, that's great. I always said this. I really used to think experience was the best teacher.
It is.
I really do, but it's not. Information is the best teacher.
Because my people perish
for the lack of
knowledge. He didn't say everybody perished for that. He said my people.
Yes.
Because he gave us the knowledge.
He gave us information.
He gave it to us. Freely I give.
Information is the best teacher.
Knowledge and understanding.
You don't know what to execute if you don't have the information.
Get the information.
So a lot of times we don't even understand that we may be doing certain things because we don't have the information on how to do it.
And so we get mad because we think we know something we really don't know much about, because that's the idea or what we saw. So now we mad at somebody else because they doing it their way and they not doing it your way.
That's
and
right.
Your way might not be right to them. So now you arguing and there's division in the
That's
household.
Right.
And Satan can get his foot in, and now he laughing at y'all and he puppeteering and all that stuff, having a good old time with your life. And all you had to do was read the mind of Christ.
Read the mind.
And get an understanding.
How to respond. How to cultivate.
How?
We don't know how to do this if we don't have the information on how to do it.
Because you don't have nothing to work with.
You don't have nothing to work with.
So what you going to do? Bring back to your remembrance what you put in. If you never read the mind, you'll never have on your mind what you need to do in event that something happens. So you'll always be angry about stuff that's small. See, stuff don't even bother me as much as it used to now, because I have the keys. What are the keys of the kingdom? The keys of the kingdom are just principles. I'm a kingdom citizen now. I'm not just a Christian.
That's right.
I'm a kingdom citizen. And if you know anything about a kingdom, in the kingdom, the king is responsible for taking care of all of its citizens. They call it commonwealth. Nobody is lacking. And so when you have that, and when you understand that, and if you don't understand it, honey, holler at me, because I can help you understand it. Because my life is greater now.
Just looking at the window.
I have peace, more peace now.
Look.
Things don't bother me as much. You're getting cysts and on your ovaries, and you're getting all this cancerous stuff because you're stressing. And he says, don't worry. Don't worry about a thing.
That's right. Janine said, look at this. We use other relationship information, but marriages are customized, not identical. They're not
we want
identical.
everything else to be custom. Yeah, my car custom built. You see but marriage, we want to copy everybody.
That's right.
It's custom.
Come on, mind provoking.
What'd she say?
She said, we never did the true experiment to get the true results. So we create valid narratives that are only reliable towards self.
Valid narratives.
Come on,
that are only
niece.
Benefiting self,
You.
Which means that's danger. The danger of making your relationship all about you, all about me.
Come on, y'all.
That was good.
Look, y'all. Girl, man,
this
listen.
Conversation is real talk.
Y'all are saying some stuff today.
Y'all helping me.
Janine, listen, y'all. Y'all go on Amazon.com and buy that book.
That's right.
Janine Harris has a book out right now that is talking about relationships. Man, when I tell you God allowed us to really be a part of her experience and understand how God moved. She wrote a book. Man, I'm telling you, that book is powerful.
And you know what?
I'm going to get that book, Janine.
When I move, you move just like that. That came out the Bible too. God say, follow me. Do it like I do it. And that's what you have to do. Stop following what everybody else is doing. We are individuals. If I don't think like you, it's okay. If I don't believe like you, it's okay. We don't have to battle one another and be at odds with one another. And respect my difference. Respect my uniqueness. I respect yours. So we can have a relationship. I'm talking about work relationship. I'm talking about marriage relationship. I'm talking about single dating relationship, situationship, whatever the ship is. We can sail real nice if we just respect each other's uniqueness. Allow me to be who I am. I'm free to be she unapologetically, and I live by that. And if you don't like me, that's okay. Everybody won't. But I love you because love is.
When love, Janine's new book, When Love Almost Lost Me.
When Love
Amazon
Almost Lost
and Kindle
Me.
and paperback.
That's
right.
right.
We're going to support you, girl.
We support you.
That's right.
If anybody else has a play that they're in, a book that they've written some kind of business, put it up on the Shift Real Talk TV chat. We support you because we must.
And y'all listen, on Thursday, listen, y'all, just a quick little announcement. Y'all listen up. Listen up.
Walk.
I'm telling you, y'all listen up. Y'all listen up. We got what our producers here in the studio, and we're getting with them, and we getting ready to in September. Y'all start looking on Thursdays because we're gonna have a live audience. We going live with a live band. It's gonna be, when I tell you it's gonna be dope, it's gonna be dope. So we about to go live.
We gonna
and then guess what? Lady Free. Oh my God, this beautiful lady over here, Lady Free. She has a sister talk show on Fridays.
That's right.
Y'all listen, y'all.
No, not on Fridays.
On Fridays.
Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
Tuesdays at 1 o'clock.
Tuesday in the morning. My bad.
That's
okay,
right.
I got it confused.
Y'all lunch.
But listen, it's a chick chat that y'all want to listen to.
It's called the Real Talk Chicks.
I'm telling y'all. They got some chicks on there that's gonna keep it 100. They're doing some great stuff, man. Man, when I tell you, man, listen, y'all. This is why it's so important that we realize that we have to get information to be able to execute in every situation, because God is big on relationships. So if we can manifest and perfect the very first relationship, our relationship with God, I promise you, we can manifest and really master that, then every relationship that we get in will model that relationship.
And listen, maybe this is something that I just thought about, and I'm just going to say it. We have to stop fighting each other when it comes down to LGBTQ plus and those that believe in kingdom and believe that man and woman is supposed to be the way it is. We have to stop fighting, because I love you, period, with a T. But respect the fact that I just believe and live by, because I'm a kingdom citizen now. the things that Jesus Christ and God and the Holy Spirit being the Trinity has said to me. If you are going to be a kingdom citizen, this is what you are to live by. This is how you
Cassandra,
are to believe. So because there are still some of us out here who believe that, we're not against you who don't believe what we believe. We are just for kingdom.
Yes.
And you're going to hear us talk about kingdom more. Ever since I got this revelation about being a kingdom citizen and not just being religious, my life has changed.
Yes. I'm going to read Janine got it's some stuff on here.
Okay.
The uniqueness answers a problem and solves challenges. Love your spouses. Love your spouse's differences. Yes. Don't let nobody try to become compatible to your spouse's skills.
That's right.
That's right, Janine.
She says, love your spouse's differences.
Yes.
Love your spouse's differences. There
Cassandra
it is. When
Johnson.
Love Almost Lost Me.
Yes,
that's the book. She said
book.
There are other people out there who've written books whose name is Janine Harris, same as hers. But she said, look on the back of the book. So when you see her face or you see those two people right there, when Love Almost Lost Me, we need to get back to love.
Listen, we got Cassandra on. Cassandra.
Hey, Cassandra
Johnson. What's up, sis? Where's my boy at? Tell him I said what's up.
Hey, Cassandra.
But listen, y'all, like
I
said, man, man, we thank God for our producers in here, Quincy Whetstone and Marcus Johnson.
Cassandra, while he's talking, please put up your venue information. This young lady has a amazing Black-owned, professionally ran venue. If you need somewhere to have your next event,
Just not on Thursdays. We got
that on lock.
We got that on lock, man. We about to,
oh my God,
we about to do some stuff, man. We about to do some stuff.
Put it up
y'all.
there. It's called what is it called? Just put it up there.
Yeah, just put it up there. But anyway, listen, y'all, man. Today, man, mind provoking. My niece, man.
I'm full.
Man, y'all said so. Y'all shoot. I wish we could have just put y'all all on screen and we just watch y'all talk. You know what I'm saying?
The realest audience.
We got some great supporters, man. We just want to take this time to tell y'all guys we love y'all. Y'all been riding with us for a while.
Yeah.
And man, you know, I feel like Tyler Perry
up on
now.
3 years.
No, not yet. Next year it'll be 3 years. We in the middle of 2 years. But listen. You know, it's growing. The page is growing.
You said you feel like Tyler Perry?
Yeah, like because when we first started, even it's like some of the stuff that we did, man, we came up short.
Yeah.
We did an event in Portland, and you know,
we came up short.
And it was because it just didn't turn out the way that we expected it to. It was good.
No, the turnout was good. Our funds were low.
No, the turnout. I mean, because the turnout really wasn't what it should have been to help take care of what we needed to take care of. So I even pray that it didn't destroy some relationships because these people really came through. But honestly, God is going to really help us really
work it out.
Make it right.
He's going to work it out.
But I just believe these are certain things that even Tyler spoke about how he had to go through when he first started. He didn't have it. He couldn't pay the people and he just couldn't do it. So bear with us. So just like I said, man, bear with us, man. God is opening some doors.
Yes.
You know, we're doing some great things, man, and we're going to keep going.
Okay, so it's called Cypress Venue.
Cypress Venue.
Yes. If you are in the
Jones
Houston,
Road.
Texas,
Jones
Katy,
Road.
Cypress, Richmond area, it's called Cypress Venue. You will not be disappointed. Not be disappointed at all.
That's right. It'll be on Thursdays. We are going live on Thursdays, starting in September.
We still gonna be live on social.
Oh no, we still gonna be on. We still gonna be in the studio. We ain't going nowhere. We locked and loaded here.
Yeah.
Oh, we locked. This is home here. So we locked and loaded.
Because of you.
Yes, but because of y'all, we gonna go live. We gonna get with our producers here, and we gonna make it happen live on Thursday nights, y'all. Like I said, we got a dope band out here in Houston. We got a DJ that's gonna be there, and we got some great conversation, man. And the people are gonna really engage. The audience is gonna engage, and so we trying to take it to the next level.
She said when the audience will be able to speak.
That's right.
Yes, because you see how y'all speak now. Imagine it live.
That's right.
I can't wait.
That's right.
So listen, as always, We love you so much for joining us. Everybody that came on tonight, we are so grateful for the comments. We are so grateful that you joined us and you found it in the time in your busy schedule to just chime in, tune in, So if you feel like this has provided
Hey, Mike, my godfather. I'm sorry. Thank you, sir.
Hey, hey, my Granby. Good Lord.
I had to. That made me. I'm sorry, but that now if one person that make just make me smile and happy, my godfather, my mentor, my musical mentor.
Okay,
he taught me everything I know about organ, and he came on here, man.
I respect that.
Thanks,
so
Mike.
now because you interrupted me, I have to start over.
That's okay. You did enough talking now.
Well, if you listen, I won't have to talk.
All right. I'm listening.
Case in point, one for me. Okay, but listen. If this program has added any value to your life,
like and share.
If you feel like this content has been good for you, because I know it's been good for us, make sure you share it with at least 10 people. I know you have way more people than that. Share it with at least 10 people and just let people know what we got going on here on Tuesdays, okay? We love you so much.
And listen, y'all.
Share.
And listen, and if you want to be a blessing, if you want to be a blessing to the ministry, the Cash App is $Shift Movement. And like I said, it only helps us to improve and to bring you guys content. We want
to do another love ball.
Yeah, we want to do another love ball here in Houston and Atlanta. We definitely doing one in Atlanta.
But that's okay.
We're gonna work on that. But anyway, listen, if you want to be a blessing, man, please. Like I said, whatever. We ain't put no $. The Lord ain't say give $125.
Movement, because this is a movement.
Yes.
With our Shift Real Talk community, we love you.
Yes, God has moved doing some things, y'all. We still airing on Sundays,
right?
On channel49tv.com. So we're still airing
at
there.
9 o'clock, right?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
No matter where you are in the U.S. of A, it airs 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. on Sundays. So we're still airing there. And they actually got nominated for one of the best streaming networks, up-and-coming streaming networks. They got nominated.
That's right.
For I forgot what it was, an Oscar, one of them award shows or whatever. But anyway, so we thank you for that. And Lady Free, we thank you, God. We bless your name. We honor you today. We thank you for what you're doing. We thank you for those who are on here giving great words of wisdom, great words of inspiration, God. Because God, our desire is to build your kingdom, God, the way you desire us to do it, God. Right. Through whatever influence that you've given us, God, the job is to build your kingdom.
That's right.
So we thank you right now for those who tuned in, and we pray that it bless somebody's life, God. We pray that it bring somebody out of a danger zone and to bring them into the presence of God. So we thank you right now. And now unto him who is able to keep us from falling and to present us faultless in the presence of your glory. In Jesus' name we pray.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
All right. So as always, every Tuesday at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock Central Time.
Cassandra, we'll call you after.
I am your girl, Lady Free.
And I'm your boy.
Where Pastor keeping J. it real is keeping it right.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.